don't forget, Mr. Chukwuemeka also contributed towards that premium. Because if he didn't contribute, it wouldn't have been covered. But because he equally had contributed, now that contribution is now making the association to be very respected.
Yeah. Wow. This is really deep. It's interesting to hear, what I'm just hearing right now, like a group, getting insured and stuff. Okay, I want to be specific based on the happenings in Nigeria. We said we should bring it down to Nigeria. Based on the happenings in Nigeria, we all know our health system right now. So I really want to know how in Nigeria, and someone living in Nigeria right now should go about with health insurance. What is it about health insurance entirely? We need to know from the basic, from the very beginning to where it is. And I will give you an example. A family of 5 or 6, with an income that is about with an income that is about, let me say, 100,000 naira a month, or 100,000 naira a month, now how do they go about with their insurance so that it takes care of medicals when
emergencies,
because if such family, if somebody among them falls sick and they are asked to deposit 300,000, that is going to straight up be begging, because they have to beg it. There's no way they can, even their monthly income is not up to 3. So how does someone living in Nigeria right now go about with health insurance?
Sincerely, this question you are asking, each time I pass the road and I see people carrying plates, begging to be assisted because of one health challenges or the other, it shows it shows some bile inside me. Why am I saying this? Nigeria is a big country, and if all the people we have in this country are to be kept under a health insurance scheme and contribute little amount, our hospitals be well maintained. People can access covers even for most terrible diseases. That's what is happening in UK, Malaysia, US, all those other countries. Now, coming down to your question, a family of 5, how much should they pay? They can't pay more than 45,000 naira a year. Because the father is the one that is working. All right? Now, that is if he's going alone.
Okay.
But suppose he now wants to, suppose he's now going to take is working in an organization. The cover will even be reduced. It will be reduced. I think there was a time I needed to know how much somebody will pay if he's insuring himself, his wife, and his children. And we are looking at 20 people, and we are looking at 20 people. That is we're family. That's husband and wife, and three children. That's 5 already.
Yes.
Now that's 4. 5 against 4 families now. To insure 4 families, you pay like 150,000 per annum. So if you divide that over the numbers of people, you discover that each person is paying less than 15,000 or something like that.
Wow.
All right? And for a whole year. And you can access all manners of cover. For example, those of you that are still young, should your wife want to deliver and it eventually leads to going through Caesar, this cover will still protect her. She will still be able to access access cover under the health and NHIs. Now, should she suffer some sicknesses? In fact, the cover is very broad under the National Health Insurance Scheme, but the scheme is still not covering all. Should everybody be brought under this, such that in every local government you can access covers through your maternity, all those facilities that are available? It will be so simple. Then you now look at critical situation. People suffer cancer, have to go through terrible or therapy or more strenuous therapies. All these things it will fall among extreme cases. So the amount will just be marginal. If you say, okay, I want to cover for extreme cases, you just add a marginal amount and then you are covered for all those things. Compared to now going to stand on the street because you couldn't help it. It's actually appalling. We are not developing our society. And I don't pray your generation will continue like that as well.
Amen.
Because if in time past people had gone through that because people didn't know, because health insurance is a recent phenomenon in Nigeria.
Yes.
There was a time nobody knew anything about it. So it has not taken up to 20 years that National Health Insurance Scheme began.
Yes.
So if in another 20 years again we are still in the same situation, it's appalling.
Wow. Thank you very much, sir. It has been an explosive episode talking about insurance. And like I said before, it is part of our financial management series. Thank you very much, Mr. Johnson Adedapo. But I have one last question.
Okay, just like I do too.
Who are the people eligible for insurance?
Okay. I'll look at it from two angles. Who actually can take up an insurance? All right? And who can be covered under insurance? So those are the two aspects I'm looking at. Now, who is capable to contract an insurance? Anybody that can do that is not a minor.
Right. A minor in what sense?
That you are above 18 years.
Yeah,
okay.
So once you can you can undertake any legal contract, you can equally take up an insurance. So who can be covered under insurance? Whether life or general, anybody can be covered. For example, you as a father, your children are going to school and you have assets that they are taking to school. You as a father can take up a cover in case those children should suffer loss of those properties. But such may not be existing in Nigeria for now. All right? But now, you can also insure at a point in time, people were allowed because of the way our system runs in Nigeria only. If you can prove that you are going to suffer loss as a result of this person who was my breadwinner dying, you are permitted to insure that person's life because you are given insurable interest under law to insure such person's life. But then there are still some modifications to that. Yes.
Okay. Growing up, growing up, there is this thing about that I know about insurance actually, and I knew it from talk here and there, and I think maybe conversation, my parents having conversation with another parent, or just around here and there, where they say why insurance is people be like insurance is scam because your money just goes, your money just go. They will just not give you your money. You just keep paying for like 20 years. Then at the end of the day, they don't give you your money. You die and go. Your money go. That's why insurance, people in insurance company have so much money because they have a lot of money that just goes. That nobody question. Nobody goes back to ask question like that. So
and it's a bad eye.
It created this. This thing about growing up as a teenager, I just feel like there's no. I mean, if it's something that my money will go at the end of the day, there's no need for insurance. It's now as an adult I started looking at it that no, your money does not just go.
There must be a clause.
There should be specific. If you are not specific with your details, you can't blame them. If you insured your leg and your hand is the problem, you really cannot blame your insurance because the agreement stated your legs. You get so. Those images like that. Then another thing, this is where I'm coming from now. Who should we meet? Is there like a body in insurance, will I say insurance industry? Is there like a body that takes care of consumers, like that takes care that help a consumer get what if they are being manipulated or maltreated or whatever by their own insurance, like the insurance company they are. Is there like a body they should go to? They can go to run to, other than just dragging the insurance company to court. Is there like a body that is, that takes care of this particular aspect?
Okay, let me help your question from baseline. Insurance is not a scam.
Definitely.
let me help you from the baseline. If you, I earlier mentioned to you that if you decided to take your own case to the law court by yourself, and you were so sure that this was the fact of the case, but now to present the matter before the law court, you couldn't present it better because you are not a lawyer, and eventually your opponent won the case. Will you now say judges are bad people? No, you were the one that approached the law court wrongly. The fact before the law court was judged based on what was presented. Now, insurance is equally a profession, and there are several people that you should take your insurance through. Now, while it is feasible to go directly to buy your own insurances if you know what it takes, okay? Then if you do that, then there's no problem. Then that means that if anything happens, you know how to be able to channel every of your issues. Now, the best way you could do it is to also go through professionals, and these professionals are called insurance brokers. If you take your insurance through an insurance broker speaks the language of the insurance company. They know themselves, just like a lawyer speaks the language of a judge. They both understand each other. So if you carry your business through an insurance broker, there is no way you'll be shortchanged. So I advise that anytime you have any insurance, no matter how minute it is, take it through an insurance broker. Who is an insurance broker? Insurance broker is a professional. It's an insurance professional. He knows everything about insurance. All right? Especially if he doesn't know in the area in which you are exposed, he will automatically direct you to somebody who is also a professional, who could guide you through that. Now, are there bodies that in case your insurance broker decided to disappoint you, and the insurance company equally disappointed you, and you now felt, I don't want the insurance broker, I don't want the insurance company, I want to go directly, you can go to NICOM. They have a complaint bureau. You can go to Nigerian Insurer Association. They have a complaint bureau. You can go to NCRIB, that's a Nigerian Operation of Insurance Brokers. They also have complaint bureau where you can also complain against your insurance brokers. You can complain against your insurance company to Nigerian Insurance Association. Now you can complain against every one of these to NICOM, being the regulatory organization. All right. So in most of the time, when we didn't suffer loss and we want to make claim, it is actually fraudulent. But now, if you have not made any loss and you have been paying your premium consistently, you have been contributing to other people who have suffered loss. On the day you are also going to suffer loss, other people would have contributed towards the payment of your own loss. Now, I want you to understand this. Insurance company is a custodian, is a trustee. He's holding in trust all the various contribution, which is called premium, of various people who have come to seek insurance. So he will not deal with this money anyhow, because if he uses this money to pay to those who are not entitled to payment, should those people who are entitled to payment come, what will he use to pay them? So you see a situation whereby he makes sure that he gets this money for those people who will eventually come to make genuine claims.
Wow. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. We've had a lovely time here in the studio, and I must say that I've learned one or two stuff. I don't know about you, Sam.
I have learned a lot.
Have you heard stuff that you really want to work on? I have stuff I want to work on, and that is the health insurance.
I'm thinking of insuring crypto. I've been going through pains.
So, like